Tag show. Tag show. That's gonna leave a mark, Taylor.
That's undisputed because I'm undisputed.
What's up, everybody? You're listening and watching. Why are we making? Okay. You're listening and watching a brand new episode of the Mixed Tag. Well, it's not an episode. It's a special edition recap result show of the Mixed Tag Show. Woo! I'm very hyped right now. I'm very excited.
Why are you so hyped? I see that.
Because it was a great show, and I love just feeling like I got my money's worth, even though I didn't really pay much except for $9.99. But you get what I'm trying to say.
How? Like, well, I'm confused. Like,
SummerSlam.
I think it was cool.
It was cool. It was a great. Yo, you're a hater, son. I already know where this is going.
I'm not a hater.
Whatever. Let's get right into it because I know we both, got to get up early and whatnot. So we want to get this out to the people. But I don't know. Do you want to start off with the kickoff or do you want to start off with the main show?
So what happened on the kickoff? I didn't even catch the kickoff.
I didn't even catch the kickoff. So let's start off with the main show. All we know
I heard that MVP beat Apollo beat MVP.
Yes,
that's all I know.
As he should. Period.
I don't know what else happened. Anyway, so we kicked off SummerSlam with Bayley defeating Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Champion. That was an awesome match. I enjoyed that match very much. I love the theatrics of Sasha Banks getting involved, helping Bayley, which is going to play later on into the show. I enjoyed the first opening match. How about you?
I thought it was a great way to start off the show. Bayley and Asuka, again, a lot of us, I think, in the majority, we look, Sasha and Asuka, you can't wait for that, but you forget, or most people forget, or we don't forget, but you seem like there's still some doubters when it comes to Bayley's ability to really pull out a great match with people, with her challengers, her competitors, and it was a great match. Asuka is a world-renowned elite talent as well, so it was just expected that you were just going to get a great match. And like you said, with Sasha and Bayley's corner, you knew something was going to go down. And we predicted this. Even though we didn't get to do a prediction show, we were calling this essentially that it was going to be a situation where Sasha was going to be in Bayley's corner. So,
yeah, definitely a good kickoff. Good kickoff. After that, we went over to the Street Profits defeating Angel Garza and Andrade for the WWE World Tag Team titles. How do you like that match?
The match was cool. I enjoyed it. I wanted a little bit more. I felt like there was something missing, maybe chemistry in a sense. But one thing that stood out for me is that Montez Ford, and I think we say this all the time, and I think a lot of people say this, he's a star, right? I think, sooner or later, I feel like the Street Profits would break up. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying in a year from now. But I can see him definitely being a single competitor and star. Yep. And you can just see that I feel like his energy carried the match. It was not a great match. It was a really good match. Something was missing, but Montez's energy is contagious. You just
without a doubt
gravitate to it.
Without a doubt, and I would counter that and say Angelo Dawkins has a future too if he finds the right path. I know he may not seem as charismatic as Montez to some people, but I feel like he could be a very good beast given opportunity. Like, he's had the development to grow. He's been very consistent in the ring. He had some great one-on-one matches while Montez was out. I feel like he's also like a stepped-on kind of person. I don't think that if they split up that he'll be lost in the sauce. I think he'll be able to hold his own.
We can agree to disagree on that. I still don't see it necessarily for Angelo Dawkins or whatever, but I'm not saying he's a completely bad talent or whatever, but I feel like it's all the reasons why he was in NXT for so long, right? It just something doesn't click, and it was able that Montez was able to, bring something to him that gave gave him life. Because other than that, I feel like it might be a situation where he's still stuck in NXT or even worse, right? So again, that's not to shit on him and say that he doesn't have room to improve, but there's something that's Montez is the star of the tag team. But that's going a little too far off topic just in regards to the match. I felt like something was missing. I actually assumed Andrade and Garza would have won, just because, again, especially with WWE, they posted earlier today that the Street Profits have been the longest Raw tag team champions in the post 2016 draft era. So I just assumed that they were going to lose, but that wasn't the case. So we'll probably see a payback they lose.
Probably. After that, we was brought to the match that turned from a hair versus hair match to loser leaves WWE match between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which Mandy Rose won. How did you like that match?
I was confused in this sense because I thought on top of the hair versus hair match, it was loser leaves WWE. I didn't know it was like we're changing it completely. We didn't get the chance to really talk about it, but it made sense, right? Especially with what Sonya was going through. Unfortunately, this is the situation that had to happen because of a dickhead, someone who wasn't right in their mind.
Right. We talked about it on this hot take the past week. If you didn't get to listen to the episode.
Correct, but we didn't get the chance to obviously talk about what transpired on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Right, but I want to say kudos to Sonya or Daria because again, like you would have thought nothing would have happened. She's an absolute professional. The way she delivered her promo on SmackDown, the way she smacked Dana Brooke, the way she came out for SummerSlam tonight.
Especially, and Mandy Rose as well, because she was also part of that whole situation.
Correct. You gotta give her, yeah, absolutely.
They both came out very focused. They knew what they came out there to do. You're giving your best friend's potential last match for a while. She came out there very, very stern. I like her new look with the haircut. She looked like a real wrestler, like focused. I don't know, like it looks different with her tonight. I don't know if it was just me that saw that.
I didn't care for her look, and this is not to I'm not gonna go off about anyone's looks or not. I think what's her nickname? The gold. What is it?
Something goddess.
Something along those lines, right? So it's I always talk about this with my friends and stuff. I want to know like this is a look that I can associate with this person. So obviously you change your look in regards to cutting your hair. That's fine. It's cool. But in regards to the gear, I was like, I know Mandy for her other gear. So I was a little confused on the switch up. But besides that, shout out to both of them because like you said, Mandy was also involved in that. And that's traumatic for someone to just be a part of, right? So shout out to them for doing the best that they can. And it wasn't even a bad match. I felt like Mandy a little bit more. If she has more opportunities, you can really bring it out. Sonya, on the other hand, I thought she really has it. She's the full package. And again, it's just unfortunate that she can't continue on that because
that's one of my dark. Remember, that's one of my dark horses. I'm telling you, I'll be watching her.
You keep.
And she's from Jersey.
Shout out to her. So yeah, I mean, again, shout out to both of them. They did what they could with that match, and it was violent, and I was entertained and I was invested. So,
to me, we're going up next. The Seth Rollins defeating Dominic Mysterio. I really enjoyed this match. Dominic gave us a lot in the match. Seth played his role very well. I think everybody played their role very well. We could officially call the Mysterio family Louis Vuitton family the way they were out tonight, featuring the mask and a dress and everything like that.
Fly family, absolutely.
For real. But yeah, what you think about the match? I thought he did very well.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, and I guess we're not really talking about TakeOver, but it's kind of like the night before with Pat McAfee. Like,
yeah,
I was blown away. So just to see the back-to-back night,
cool.
Yeah, back to back, nice. We just see rookies just take to it like just instantly. I love it. I was a little skeptical with Dominic just because like you just get the pass and go onto the main roster and do your thing, but he did his thing.
Right.
That frog splash was clean. Shout out, and you posted this on our social media at the Mixed Tag Show. Shout out to Seth Rollins because he was paying homage to the Halloween Havoc match between Ray and Eddie from 1997. Shout out to Makazi, Sasha's husband, and people on where he actually made that gear.
It was very dope.
Fly as always. He always does a fantastic job. So that was everything was dope. Like I love matches. This is what I'm saying. Like this pay-per-view, it had everything. I love when you pay attention to story, like storylines, to details. That and this match was that. It had everything from the plan of, you know, Murphy trying to.
I was a Thunderdome.
I'll get to that real quick. Murphy, you know, trying to take out Dominic's eye, and Rey Mysterio coming out and his wife coming out. Like it was just, I loved it. The Thunderdome, I wound up like it said my time to be on was at 5:30. You know I'm always late to everything, so I got on like 5:34 or whatever, and then they said it's at full capacity. So I thought it was just like reservations, like you got your spot, you can go on whatever. That wasn't the case. So I was like, whatever. So I just kept refreshing, kept telling me it was full of capacity. And then I noticed there was a couple of screens when I was actually watching. And don't do that fat shit, because when we were recording in Gotham, how many times I done had to wait for your ass? Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Not often.
Pretty often. Anyway, and then pretty often, and then the excuse
I always be the first one there.
That's a lie. And then
I was most of the time the first one there.
And
I came from traffic in Jersey.
A lie you tell. Like traffic in New York isn't bad. Man's be like, oh, the Lincoln Tunnel.
The Lincoln Tunnel. Y'all know how the Lincoln Tunnel is.
Anyway, shut up. Anyway, so eventually I got on, and I was able to get front row for a brief second during that match. So it was a cool experience.
So they was rotating people in and out of the seats.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't good enough to stay in.
You wasn't active. You wasn't active.
I was active, man. So there's a voice that comes on and tells you, well, how do we feel about Seth Rollins? Boo him, whatever. So we boo, or thumbs down, or when what do we do for Dominic? We cheer. Like it's literally like if you go to a live audience and they
like
have
a game
an
show.
Audience manager. Yeah, they tell you to react. So that was essentially it. So when you saw people like this, and like, it's because they're telling you what to do. But back to the match, I loved it. I would love to see a rematch, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see Dominic back in the ring again. If it was not against Seth Rollins, he did pretty well. He hit that frog splash, homage to his pappy. I mean his godfather, Eddie Guerrero. But yeah, it was a very dope match altogether. After that, we got the Asuka defeating Sasha Banks for the World Championship match title. I was disappointed. As much as I loved the match, Sasha can't get a defense right.
I wasn't disappointed. Like, we knew it
was coming because we knew it was coming.
So then you shouldn't be disappointed. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's a situation of psyching myself out, but that match was amazing. You saw that powerbomb that
off the apron.
Then that off the apron, the DDT that Asuka
from
did off the top rope. Oh my God! And it's just the storytelling.
It was a dope match. It was a dope match.
If we didn't see
Bailey not taking a shot for her,
if we didn't see what happened in regards to the main event, I'm like, there's no reason why Sasha has to show you time and time again that she shouldn't be in the main event. Like, there was no reason why this match isn't main event material, and it's a constant thing. But it's whatever. It was a great match.
I'm tired of the short reigns. All right, I'm not.
I'm tired. I mean,
I'm tired of being sick and tired. All right.
Yeah, but we gotta be realistic. She's not a Raw.
And we knew it was gonna happen.
So you can't be disappointed. But you can't be disappointed in the sense she's not a Raw superstar.
I'm not disappointed. I'm tired of being tired.
But you shouldn't be tired because the bigger story, as we see, as we saw the promos with Sasha and Bayley. And I know you're like low key trolling in a sense, but I think a lot of fans get like wrapped up in the title race. I think she came to terms with it. I think we all should have realized, when she won the Raw title, it was a surprise.
It was,
and it wasn't going to be for long. The ultimate goal is to SmackDown. So now my thing is, once eventually we get the feud on and popping with her and Bayley, when she wins the title, if that is not a long reign, that is going to be a problem. That will be an absolute problem. But until then, like I said before, as a Sasha fan, you roll with it. You roll with it, and then you either you're surprised or you're disappointed. But at this point, I was happy for her. And this is a match, because I know there's a lot of Sasha matches I cannot watch back just because of the results. This is a match I definitely can watch back because it was fantastic.
Had her screaming for Bayley. Bayley was nowhere to be found.
Bayley's supposed to be the homie, and she just I would have been there. I would have did my part. That would like
Bayley didn't want to take the bump. Bayley slide out the way. I mean, Sasha took it for her. She can't do it for Sasha. What happened?
And she. Tell you, I would have been there. I would have been there, Blue.
Next, after that, we had Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the championship. I'm not gonna hold you. I basically fell asleep.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was so pumped up over the Sasha and Asuka match. At one point, I lost my attention wasn't there. However, I did watch it. It was also a pretty good match. Like I said, Randy has been one of your MVPs for WWE for 2020, and I think that carried on into this match. Like the tagline said, you'll never see it coming. You didn't see it coming. I thought Randy would have won. 1, 2, I didn't think Randy would have lost like that. So, needless to say, I feel like this feud is not over, and we're gonna see next week probably a match at
probably
Payback.
a payback. Yeah, but I wasn't a fan of this match. I'm like I was not. It wasn't working for me. After that, the main event, of course, was the no holds barred Universal title match between The Fiend and Braun Strowman, where we saw The Fiend win, of course, like it should have happened. But then we got a surprise. Roman Reigns is back. Wreck everyone and leave.
That's it. Come on, yo. I marked that. I'm not, like I said, I loved it. I love when I can feel like genuinely surprised. Some people felt like he was going to come back. And I guess that's, now that we saw that. He's always been in the back of my mind. But I felt like, with the Thunderdome, there's a good possibility now. Because one, now you probably have a situation where you have more locker rooms, right? So not everyone's probably changing in the same area. It's a bigger facility than PC. So I think it's a situation, and they probably told him, listen, this is what we're doing to stay on top of, the pandemic, the virus and everything. So I think in that sense, he felt, I would assume he felt comfortable coming back, but it was needed. It was needed. I think, I didn't care for Braun as a champion. I see that they try to make him a heel kind of, and the Fiend was kind of a face. I don't know. Not Asuka. Alexa didn't even play a role, so I thought that was just kind of like, what was the point of continue using her? So, but I was very excited to see Roman. I think he's sorely has been missed in regards to just top talent.
Is he back as a face or a heel though?
I don't know, but he came, the aggressiveness I love. I was like, is he the leader of Retribution? I doubt it, but just the way he was dressed, you know what I mean? I was
right.
I was hyped. What about you?
Roman surprise was a surprise. As you all know, I'm not the biggest Roman fan. It was cool seeing him back. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it was cool seeing him back. It was a good spot where he came in and took out, the Fiend, and took out Braun, did the whole chair situation. Like I said, the shirt, wreck everyone and leave. Like, so we're trying to figure out, like, he's a face, he's a heel. So this is gonna be very interesting. The only thing that I not a fan of, because now what does this leave Big E? Because Big E was supposed to be stepping up.
Yeah, but outside
it's not gonna be room for him to step up with this. I'm sorry, like, after everything that's been going on this weekend, I've been watching little things a little bit more closer. And this is why I'm wearing a shirt now, because of the whole situation with Big E and the Miz and stuff like that. I'm glad Roman's back. I'm glad he decided, he felt safe. He's back on the picture, whatever the case may be. But what does this leave Big E? Because Big E deserves to be in that picture as well. I'm just looking at it from a grand standpoint.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000%. And like you said, with the whole thing with the talking smack thing in regards to Big E and the Miz, it was a conversation that needed to happen, and I think it's, again, not to go too off topic, but it's just a thing that we go through time and time and time again. You know, in the sense of like white privilege, like, oh, I had to do this, and then I didn't get the same opportunities, but I worked hard, as if Kofi and Big E doesn't work hard, right? So it's I get it, and maybe that's a topic for another day, maybe a hot take. You know what I mean? But to go to your point, the thing is, Big E he's a singles competitor right now. But he was facing Sheamus, and it was still kind of mid-card. It wasn't still, even before Roman even showed up at the main event, like the main event level. So not to say that I don't want him there, because he deserves to be there. But now this goes back to what you said. Is Roman a heel? Because if Roman's a heel, and let's say the program obviously is to go the Fiend versus Roman, and then Roman eventually gets the title, who's to say that Big E isn't the one that challenges Roman? So we don't know. I would love that opportunity. That's that situation, because that could be some really good feuds that we have down the line. That's wishful thinking, but I agree 1,000%. I don't want this to, okay, now Roman's back, Big E doesn't get his opportunity. It's just, even before Roman even showed up, I felt like, okay, where are we going with E's singles, with his singles push? Like, is he just gonna be with these random feuds with Sheamus and then the Intercontinental title, or are y'all gonna push him to fight for the Universal title? So we'll see. But I agree with you. I enjoy seeing Roman back. And overall, I thought the pay-per-view, I think, might have been one of my favorites this year. I'm not going to hold you.
See, I didn't say nothing bad about Roman. I'm growing in life.
I mean, what can you really say about Roman at this particular moment in all seriousness?
I'll say no. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not running my streak. We got to talk about this.
But in all seriousness though, like, just to end it off, like it's nothing really you can say. The man, he came back. He didn't necessarily come when he came back from beating leukemia. He wasn't really in a title picture. He didn't win the Royal Rumble. He decided to take a step back and think about his health and then his family in regards to, he had newborns. So what can anybody say in regards to Roman at this particular moment? It's been a while.
I'm not jumping into that right now. It's cool.
Because there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say. But that's
we'll get into that another time. This is just reviews and recaps. And shout out to everybody that watches. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at The Mixed Tag Show, on our personal at
Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE, or at
Blue Magic Grind, spell how it sound. We got more episodes coming this week. Like she said, we might have a hot take with this whole Big E situation coming this week. Maybe we'll find something else to bring a hot take about. There's a lot going on in wrestling around these times. Shout out to Black Wrestling, the Black Wrestling Matters match pay-per-view that happened. I had to go back around and watch that. It was too much going on Saturday. I can't wait to have this week's episode, to be honest with you, because a lot happened this weekend, and it's going to be a lot to talk about. And on that note, we're done, right?
That's our show. Peace.